Chapter 643. Upon arriving at the nightclub, the manager brought a group of beautiful women to welcome Leonard. Bottles of the best quality were displayed to the crowd before being sent to the second floor. There was quite a crowd in the nightclub, and everyone stared at Leonard enviously. The bottles he ordered cost around 300,000. Even though everyone in the nightclub was somewhat well off, they could not afford such luxury. Bathing in the envious looks he received, Leonard laughed in satisfaction. He wrapped his arms around two women and his friends fawned over him. Wilbur sat in a corner by himself and stared at Leonard quietly, amazed by how high a profile Leonard kept. Wealthy people could never keep it low. Music played in the background and people gathered on the dance floor, visibly growing rowdier under the influence of alcohol. Just then, a man sat down at a booth with two men and two women. Before glancing up, Leonard was enjoying the admiration of the women and continued to down drinks after drinks with the other two women. His friends were all surrounded by other women and consumed bottles of alcohol that cost hundreds of thousands. A woman sat on Wilbur's lap and wrapped her arms around his neck. "Why are you alone? Let me keep you company. Can you get off my lap first?" Wilbur smiled. How shy! The woman, who was barely covered by the clothes she was wearing, laughed and slipped out of his lap before raising her glass. Wilbur chuckled and started drinking with her. Meanwhile, Leonard had down rounds of drinks with the two women, and he was visibly drunk. He called the manager over and shouted, "I'm paying for everyone's drinks tonight. As expected of you, Mr. Thatcher. I thank you on behalf of everyone." Leonard laughed and waved her off. The beautiful manager left with a smile, and after a while, the music in the background stopped. In the midst of everyone's confusion, the manager said with a microphone, "Mr. Thatcher is paying for everyone's drink tonight. Let us all thank him." The nightclub erupted into a round of deafening applause and many started chanting Leonard's name. Leonard enjoyed being worshipped and observed the crowd smugly while leaning on the handrail. Just then, someone shouted, "How arrogant! It's not like I can't afford my own drinks." Everyone was instantly stunned. Leonard's name was well known in Elder City, and it was a kind gesture that he was buying everyone drinks, so someone had to have a death wish to say such a thing. Leonard's expression darkened and he turned to glare coldly at the man. The man was in his 30s and had long hair and a slim face. He walked toward the center of the room and looked up at Leonard. The others immediately gasped. He was one of the Elder Four, and the most vicious among them, Amon Tucker. Everyone knew that the Elder Four did not get along well with one another, but a battle would surely erupt if one of them offended the other. Amon was the best fighter among the Elder Four, and everyone started worrying about Leonard's safety. Chapter 644. No one dared to make a sound, as they would only be caught in the middle if they got in the way of a conflict between the Elder Four. Leonard glared at Amon and roared, "Amon, I'm just buying drinks for everyone. This doesn't concern you. If you don't want to accept it, you can leave. No one's stopping you." "Ha! I like drinking here. Don't act all smug in front of me. Got it?" Amon said in contempt. Enraged, Leonard asked, "Are you looking for trouble on purpose?" "So, what if I am? It's not like you have the guts to fight me." Amon burst out laughing. Unable to bear the humiliation, Leonard immediately headed downstairs, and his friends followed shakingly. Wilbur stood on the second floor and stared at Amon with a frown. Leonard arrived before Amon and the two reached a standoff, while others left the dance floor and watched the two from afar. "What is the meaning of this, Amon?" Leonard questioned coldly. "I can't stand that smug look on your face. Is that a problem?" Amon chuckled. "So, what if I'm smug? How's that any of your business?" Leonard retorted. "It is if you are being smug in front of me," Amon said coldly. "Fuck you. Do you really think I'm scared of you?" Leonard was furious that Amon challenged his authority in front of everyone. However, he was merely a beginner or a level cultivator, whereas Amon was at mid or a level with more formidable combat skills. He was once defeated by Amon but knew that he would lose his authority in Elder City if he cowered at this moment. Just then, Amon gestured to him to attack arrogantly, and everyone turned to look at Leonard. Leonard's face flushed red, realizing that he had no choice but to fight. "Damn you. I will beat you to death." Leonard let go of all concerns, as he would rather lose than run. He took a big step forward and launched a powerful punch in Amon's face. Amon chuckled and deflected the attack with his aura, and a battle erupted. Leonard's fighting style fell under the tiger technique style with aura wrapped around his fists as he attacked. However, Amon was clearly more formidable with his agility. Not only did he evade all of Leonard's attacks, but he also had the time to mock him. Even those who knew nothing about fighting could tell that Amon was toying with Leonard. A minute into the battle, Leonard was utterly enraged by Amon's mockery. "Die!" he roared, aura surged from his fists as his punches rained down on Amon. Amon's expression darkened and the aura around his fists thickened, forming into two invisible blades. "You should be the one to die," Amon shouted and attacked. Leonard fell short in terms of combat skills and amount of aura compared to Amon, so it was not long before he began to lose. "You are in no place to fight me. Know your place," Amon shouted arrogantly. Leonard gritted his teeth in frustration.